You are looking live on the Huck Finn Barbell Show, special edition, the press conference, emergency press conference, brother. I am here with a gentleman in the corner of the room. Introduce yourself, brother. Who you are?
Big Bryce coming to you live from Perfect Little Sweetie's gym. Got the live nude sign glowing. You know, we're ready to start talking.
You got it glowing and ready to start talking, right, brother?
Oh, yeah.
We got guys on here already. First off, we are brought to you by Huckfinnbarbell.com. Right? Go out there and support Huck Finn Barbell. Go join the new team, right? The power drinking, power lifting team.
Oh, yeah. We're big time. We're trying to get in all 50 states.
Look at this. Fire up the Doug Stone. We're going to get that in 1 second, right? Nick the gun guy. Let's go, Alphas. Look at this. Presser with perfect little sweeties.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're gonna go over a couple things here. I've got a doctor coming on live on air here in about 3 or 4 minutes. I've got some big updates that everybody's been wanting to know. I'm getting a ton of fucking DMs. I don't want to answer every DM the same because, I mean, it just gets kind of boring. Hey, what's up? What's going on? I mean, a lot of people saw the video, which I'm going to show here in a second. We're going to let some more people get on here that are keep climbing up here. We've only been live for about a minute. And obviously we were a couple minutes late because this is the Huck Finn Barbell Show. What else did you expect? There was some technical difficulties. Not with me, but with perfect little Speedy over there. Right? Big Bryce. What do you want to be called? You got a nickname, Bryce, or what?
Oh, man. I think just Little Sweetie works. I'm Little Sweetie.
That's a mouthful. Little Sweetie.
I don't know, Little Sweetie. But we just got computers in South Dakota, so I was having difficulty learning, figuring it out.
Yes. You did. Okay, well, we're going to cut to the chase here. All right. We're going to get, what everybody came on here to see is what's going on with Huck Finn Barbell. And we're going to go over the video real quick. I'm going to, point out a couple things here. I'm going to pull it up here in 1 second as we're all going to watch this video. I'll turn the sound up a little bit. So this is the video right here. When it's slow motions here, you'll see it looks like the front bite, right? Bam! It looks like it tore off the bone, correct?
It looks terrible. It looks like it's gone.
I mean, let's watch it one more time. It's 335 pounds over my head by myself. I mean, it's a sickening video. When you watch the video, it looks, man, you can fucking hear it snap. In slow motion, you can hear the motherfucker snap, right? God, I was so...
It's crazy.
What are we doing here? Are you controlling that? We're all gone now. What are you doing?
I was watching it. I don't know anything. What's happening?
I don't know what's going on, brother.
I was through my fingers like this.
Yeah. I mean, I was there live, and I felt everything. I knew what happened, and I was just... I mean, I still can't fucking watch it, and I even know what's wrong with me right now, and I still can't watch it. If you can see my arm here, it's like black and blue a little bit. Can you see it on camera or no? And the bicep here. Oh, Big Bryce is gone already. Jesus Christ, Big Bryce, you really screwed up this time, brother. This is not good. All right, so perfect little sweetie, we are having some problems. We're gonna maybe add him back to the stage here. He is back. There you go. You blacked out again.
Sometimes. Yeah, it's all black and blue. Does that?
It's not good, perfect little sweetie. You're breaking up like a motherfucker. So I'm going to give you a little quick update of what happened at the original first doctor's appointment. I made a doctor's appointment the first day, obviously. I didn't call a doctor. I'm going to let it heal for a day and just kind of see, everything looks like shit. Thought for sure I tore my front deltoid completely off the bone, especially by looking at that video. So Monday, I have a doctor's appointment this past Monday. And I go in there. I don't show the doctor the video. I tell Doc, listen, this is what happened. I just got a feeling I tore, my front delt off the bone. So he feels around, kind of checks every insertion point, looking, makes me go through all the motions, the strength test, all the shit. And I have full mobility. I have full strength in it, I feel like. And he says, you got lucky. I think maybe you just got a slight tear and there was scar tissue pop and stuff like that. I say, well, I'd really like to get an MRI because this video looks really fucking bad. So I show him the fucking video and he goes, oh my God. Yes, you got an MRI and I'm going to give you the shoulder surgeon, his number immediately. So I said, all right. I mean, that's what I wanted. He thought I go out of there. I could have walked out without the video and he'd have thought I was fine. So now I'm feeling pretty good, right? Can you hear me, Bryce?
Yeah, for sure.
Double B with the double Ds? Yeah, double B with the double Ds. So I leave there, scheduled appointment for this past Wednesday, which was exactly a day ago. So last night at this time, I'm driving fucking back, right? I go there to the MRI. I explain to the MRI guy I want to be his buddy, right? Because MRI guys are not supposed to kind of tell you anything on the MRIs. I don't know why. Because they don't want to be liable, right? Or some bullshit like that, right? Anyways, I show him the
They're
video.
not the ones
I talk
read
to
them,
him.
but they see them all the time.
Yeah, you're a nurse, right, fucker?
Yeah.
Right. So I hop in. He goes, you're going to have to do 2 different MRIs, which MRIs fucking suck dick to begin with, right? I'd rather have surgery than MRI. So they give you 2 MRIs. One is a regular MRI, and the other one was one with, see that? Mike's in the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got it in those garden hoses. They got it in there.
Yeah, they put that fluid through there, right? The second one.
Yeah.
I get done like 55 fucking minutes in that motherfucker, and I couldn't even fit in it. I was like this. Long story short, right when I get out, I go, what do you think? What's the verdict, brother? He looks at me and goes, I really don't see anything major, man. I'm not a doctor. Don't take my word, but I don't see anything major. And I'm like, well, let me see it. So I go back there with this guy, and he shows me some stuff. And he's like, there might be a partial tear here, but I'm not a doctor. Don't take my word for it, right? So now I'm riding high. I'm on the way home. I'm feeling great. I'm like, dude, this guy looked at it. It's not like he's the fucking janitor. He's seen this motherfucking shit a lot. So
you're right. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I just dodged the biggest bullet of all time. All right. Now today, granted, I've worked this whole time as well. So I'm back at work now, working my regular job. And I'm at work. I go to my vehicle about noon, 1 o'clock to check up and see what the doctor says, the prognosis. So now I'm going to bring in a man by the name of good old JR that can actually help us read what's going on with me, right? So I'm going to bring him in right now. Let's welcome to the stage, Jacob Ross.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Ross, you are live on the Huckfinnbarbell show with Double B with the double Ds.
Welcome.
I feel like thank you. I feel like a correspondent. I'm like, out somewhere covering something, and we're going live to Jacob Ross. He's gonna tell us about what's going on here.
Yes. So we're going live to the one and only Jacob fucking Ross. So what I'm going to pull up now, Ross, is part of the report, the conclusion, so we can go over it a little bit and tell everybody why they come on here to watch this show, to see what the hell's going on with Huck Finn fucking barbell. So now I'm going to add to the stage the conclusion. So can you see it, Ross?
Oh, yeah. Nope, I got it.
All right. You want to go over it here? The conclusion, a strain and partial tear of the I read the rest of it. I can't even understand those fucking words.
Strain and partial tear of the distal muscle belly of the anterior deltoid, the clavicular head, which is traditionally known as your front delt. So proximal, distal. Proximal is always closest to your spine. Distal is further away. So that would be the one closer to your bicep than to your clavicle. And then mild muscle strain on the lateral deltoid, also known as the acromial head. That's just because it attaches to your, your side delt. That's just because it attaches to your acromial process. mild insertional tendinopathy in the supraspinatus, which basically just means some inflammation. No gross labral or biceps pathology. Basically, there's nothing in your labrum or bicep that's worth note, and no significant arthropathy or acute osseous injury. I'm not actually sure about arthropathy. That's an interesting word. But osseous is bone, so there's no bone fracture or splinter or anything like that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull up one more thing now. This other part. Let me add this stage. This is what my doctor replied then after that, like an actual note. So here it is.
Yeah, you tore your anterior. You tore your front delt.
So pretty much the only thing that happened was, right? I tore my front delt.
mean, yeah, you saved your pec and your bicep, which are obviously kind of the things that you're more concerned about, considering that you're one of the few individuals who can take credit for having multiple pec tears. So you have to number yours. This is on, yeah.
Very true,
Absolutely.
very true, brother.
It's not a lot of people have that stat in their Rolodex there. But yeah, for you, so the good news is when you do that pec reattachment surgery, obviously that pec and bicep where they attach and all that is pretty intersected, and the shoulder kind of runs over it. So it's good that all that's staying put with the work that they did on it, 10 years ago now?
Yeah. That's fucking wild. That right side was 9.5 years ago. Or whatever.
Yeah, so with all the pressing and all the, between now and then, and you've had some heavy bench presses between now and then.
Yes, very heavy. I mean, especially this side, I've benched close to 550 pounds after that first one, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
And after the second one, around 500. I mean, for the last 9 years, I've been benching very heavy since the first one, for sure. Yeah, so that guy did a great job.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd say like the good news is, even if it wasn't related to that injury, if there was anything going on with that, like it was starting to go or something like that, they would have read that in the MRI. So that's just fantastic news, number one. Yeah. Number two, yeah, it just looks like there's a partial tear in your front delt, which is the best case scenario after watching that video, because it looked nasty. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that video and you're going to be like, this motherfucker just tore everything. Like, it's impossible. This guy is out for a year, right? I mean, that's what I would have thought.
Yeah, it looked like it literally jumped off the bone.
I'm worried for you.
So
I was worried. I was like, that looks horrible.
I don't know what's going on with Double D there, but he's getting some bad internet reception, though. It
Yeah.
keeps going on and off.
Well, he's in South Dakota, right?
Yeah, he is. They don't got internet out there. That's
it's a little tough out there. The moon's got to be aligned right. I used to be like that in Texas.
How did he get kicked off? I mean, he just keeps getting kicked off. I don't know. Maybe it's his girlfriend or whatever kicking him off.
But yeah, when we spoke about it,
Right.
Obviously you were super worried at first because of the video. But then, like you said, right after, you were doing stuff, you were moving, you were pitching underhand to your girls for batting practice. You did some light workouts, and then as the week went on, you did a little bit more. And then Saturday, you even did some pretty light for you chest work, but you still did it. No pain, no issues, nothing like that. And so I just kept thinking it was going to be a little bit of, maybe a small partial tear or something like that. And that's exactly what it was. So you cannot ask for a better outcome than that.
Yes. There's a couple things I want to go over with you before we kick you off here, Ross. Because you're a very busy man. We got little sweeties. I don't know where he's going. He must be headed to the grocery store.
No, my connection sucks in my garage. I got to get in the house.
Yeah. Your connection was terrible, brother. We'll have to fix that. We can see and hear you now, at least.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now you're looking good.
Yeah.
Now you're breathing.
Yeah, we're good to go now. So you were saying something about when you watched the video, you said it's fucking terrible, right?
Yeah, I thought it looked terrible. I was worried for you.
So I'm going to show the video one more time, and then I want to ask Ross a question. So I'm going to add it here. We'll watch it one more time. Just maybe there's some new people joining the show live. So here it is, regular and then slow motion. Ooh. Here comes a slow motion part.
Oh my God.
How in the fuck, Ross, am I still alive?
First of all, that's a great point. It did not hit you on top of the head. Regardless of how strong you are, 335 to the dome is not going to be a good outcome. But yeah, your front delt looked like I don't know, like alien movie, like when the little one comes out, like just comes out, like it just jumped out of there at you.
How nobody's explained what that was. Like what was that? How does a muscle jump like that?
I actually hadn't seen it in slow motion yet. That was the first time I've seen it in slow motion.
You want to watch it one more time? Watch it one more time in slow motion. The slow motion part is insane when you look at it. You'll see it jump in slow motion here.
Oh yeah.
There goes all my camera equipment. If I died of it. Damn. Like seriously, like what the fuck, Ross? What is that?
Yeah, when you watch it in slow motion, it really makes it look like you just tore it off the bone. Because why would it move that much? If it's a partial tear, why would it move that much? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like usually, like a hamstring strain, like Steph Curry, okay, he just strained his hamstring like the other night. Right. That's a partial tear. A strain is a partial tear, but his hamstring didn't jump off the bone like your front delt did. I mean, that looks like a grade 3 tendon rupture off the bone.
Yes.
You're back under the knife. I mean, that's wild.
You could see like can you see it's right here? I guess that's the one. You can't, not a good angle there, but yeah, that's so before I went in there, I asked the guy what he was thinking, like, what do you think it is after watching that? Because nobody else really knows. And he thought, well, possibly a tendon, the way it moved like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting in my the MRI machine like a motherfucker, and all I'm thinking for 55 minutes is, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I got to get PRP. I got to get this. Where am I going to sleep at? I'm going to be fucked for a couple months. Can't go to work. Everything's in my head, and I'm thinking now it's 100%. It's got to be. Yeah. Like, what else could it be?
Well, you know what my plan would have been for you? I would have moved you out to Little Sweetie's gym. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've seen the tour. It's a perfect spot. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm talking like Rocky and Russia training, basically. You go out there, you live in a garage, you rehab day and night and day.
Like Rocky style.
100%. As it starts getting better, you go out and beat up some slabs of beef out there and, just rehab it out in South Dakota.
Yeah, I mean that's a good plan. I could grill for you and have beers on deck. We'd be good. We'd be living the dream.
Actually, that does sound like a good life.
Does sound like a good life. It is. And, I'd come out there and visit you. That's somewhat my father's homeland a little bit.
That's what you said, brother. That's where you played fucking 7-on-7 football or 9-on-9 or whatever the hell they had.
He's from Gayville, right? Gayville?
Yeah. Gayville, South Dakota.
Yeah. Gayville.
Raiders.
Yeah, that's right. They are the Raiders. Baby. Hey, you know what his head coach's name was, right? Have you heard this?
Queer.
Dick Budd or something? It's got to be Dick Budd or something.
Dick Budd.
It's actually even better. It was Coach Booty. His last name was Booty.
That's what it was. Booty.
Booty.
So Coach Booty from Gayville.
It was the Gayville Booty Raiders.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. That's a wild fucking town, brother.
Yeah, how does that compare to where you live?
It's very gay where he lives too.
It's pretty gay, yeah. No, it's not that far. I grew up in Garrettson, South Dakota. We were the Blue Dragons, and we're probably like, I don't know, maybe like an hour from there, maybe north.
Okay, yeah, that's relatively close. Yeah.
We played 9-man football too, but we never played Gayville.
Well,
right, enough of this gay talk, rated. Boys. Jeez.
All right, back to the real issues.
All right, McBean, the shoulder is good. What do you think, Jacob? If you had to guess, today I did some light benching. We'll go over that in a minute, but like timeline, what are you thinking, Ross? Where I'm back to semi-normal with everything.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to comment on your, whether you call it stupid or tenacious, you just go right back to it. I love it so much. You can't be scared, right? You got to get back up on that horse and ride it, especially now that you know it's good. But, there's an interesting thing with injuries. So I was telling you, I've actually never seen a torn front delt. That's a pretty rare injury. Usually if something gets torn pressing, it's a pec. Usually people aren't overhead pressing enough to probably do that. And then
Right.
just in sports, you don't really get enough tension on the muscle at that angle to tear it. Usually it's your labrum or your rotator cuff or whatever. So this is interesting. But I would say in general, the more in shape you are and the stronger your foundation is, definitely the faster you come back. So if a doctor tells you 8 weeks, I would say 4 to 6. Now, would I say you should go try another 335-pound overhead, military press in 6 weeks? No. But in terms of not really having symptoms, feeling better, full range of motion, not really thinking about it or worrying about it, I bet for you it'd be 4 to 6 weeks because you have such a great foundation. You're just going to recover tremendously quicker than the average person that they would recommend a timeline to.
Right. No, like, I mean, I already explained to Jacob all this stuff, but this whole week I really never missed a workout. I didn't do any type of military pressing this past week. Kind of did everything else besides that. Saturday, instead of Thursday night, I did not bench last Thursday, but I did end up benching Saturday. I benched 50-pound dumbbells or 55-pound dumbbells for sets of 20 to 25 reps, zero pain, did some machine pressing with semi-heavy weight, and then I also did some like pec deck flies and some incline style push-ups off a bench and try with zero pain, right? So that's when I got really kind of like, fuck, man, maybe I'm not fucked, right?
Right.
So I was going to ask you these questions, Jacob, too, is like today I did a similar style workout on bench night I did 25 reps from 15-pound dumbbells all the way up to 55-pound dumbbells. Each set was 25 reps.
Yeah.
And then I did some machine pressing and then some very light flies with some also like bench off the bench style push-ups, like, off the ground.
Yeah. I mean,
so
the rule in rehab, there's a lot of nerds out there who
talking about those home gym fucking nerds.
No. I love the home gym crowd. I'm one of, well, I used to be one of them until I took my home gym and put it in a gym with Tom. But now we have a super home gym. It's like mega desk and office.
Super home gym nerd.
Super home
But
gym.
no, the rule, so again, you have a lot of people who don't deal with high level athletes or people who deal in the extreme of the body. And their default is to go to their playbook if they're a physical therapist. And not all physical therapists, it's not a blanket statement, but it is what you see more often than not. And they would have you do some range of motion tests and some rotator cuff and this and that, some isometrics. Nothing wrong with that for a warm-up, but it's not going to be significant enough stress for you, in my opinion, to really rehab that shoulder and keep it strong, especially because your inflammation is so low and there's nothing contraindicative in your actual report from your MRI and your doctor, other than, be careful with overhead pressing. That's literally what he said, is just be careful with overhead pressing. So, and so the rule in rehab is, number one, don't attack it in the same angle and the same method that you hurt it in. So if you hurt it overhead,
very important news right there.
Yeah.
If people are listening and might have an injury or something, this is very good news. Jacob?
Yeah, I mean,
this might be an exclusive.
Write it down because
write it
true,
down. Get your pen out, your crayon out. Double B with the double D's.
When I
got it.
when people will Instagram me a message and say, my shoulder hurts. Right. And I'm like, okay, can you give me any sort of consistency around when it hurts? Does it hurt all the time or does it hurt more or less? Oh, it hurts more after I, bench. Okay, have you tried stop benching? Well, no. Well, okay, let's start there. Because a lot of stuff will heal up if you just start working around it in a different way. Because again, whether it doesn't matter how strong you are or what your grit is, your body is a physical machine, just like a truck. And, if you get wear on one side and you never rotate the tires, it's going to turn into an issue over time. So you've got some injury there. You've got some inflammation there. You've got a partial tear. The worst thing we could do is load it up in the same exact way that you hurt it, because fibers are specific to range of motion. Now I'm getting nerdy, but it's true. When you go to do a shoulder press, your body doesn't use all of your front delt. It's pick specific fibers based on the weight that you've got on the bar and then the path that bar has to go. So when you go to do, let's say, like a upright row or a lateral raise or a band face pull, it's going to pull different fibers, even though you're still going to utilize some of that front delt, different fibers than the pattern that you used on that overhead, which is going to help grow and stimulate what's around there, push blood into there safely, and you're not going to significantly add some sort of stress to that particular site. Now, if you do it and it hurts, stop 100%. I mean, that's also kind of the golden rule from rehab. If you try it and it hurts, stop doing it. But if you can do like we went through it, I said, okay, can you do upright rows? Well, yeah, I can do them. Fantastic. Keep doing them. Can you do lateral raises? Yes. Okay, then keep doing them. And then obviously you don't want to load it up with like a super heavy, lift. You want to go either, I like time under tension for that stuff. So whether that's high reps, 20, 25 reps, because by definition, the load has to be light, or tempo. 4-second negatives, 6-second negatives, 8-second negatives. All of that stuff is great as well because it keeps the load light, but it still allows for really good stimulation.
So I want to tell everybody that's on here that doesn't know that Jacob Ross has helped me come back and has wrote a lot of my programming out, and totally helped me come back from my last pec tendon. Pretty much wrote all my rehabbing out, that's where that board came from. Remember we were talking about that board, double D with the double Ds?
Yeah, the slide board
sweetie
desk.
That slide board, that's what I bought it for, was for that. For the first time I tore my pec, or the second time I tore my pec down back in 2020. Right. That's what that was used for, right?
Yep.
So, Ross is very smart when it comes to rehabilitation and also writing programming out for, working around injuries or helping you recover from an injury.
I mean, I would say my sweet spot is let's say you had actually tore it off the bone, right when you get out of surgery, I'm not your guy for sure. That's where you want a physical therapist, et cetera, et cetera. Because even though it's on the light side, in my opinion, I'd rather err on the side of caution until everything's healed up from them putting screws in you or buttons or whatever they did. So, but after that, there's this huge gray area. And this is where I first got good at this stuff, was because of training pro athletes. They get hurt, they get injured, and then they go through their PT. Well, then there's this massive gray area where they're cleared, meaning they're functional, but they're not able to go back on the field or the court and do what they used to do yet. They're not back. And so a similar thing with you, once you got through your surgery, you went to your PT, did your stuff. Well, then they're like, okay, you're cleared. And you're like, well, I can't bench but 95 pounds right now. And they're like, yep, you're cleared. And it's like, well, that's not cleared for you. And so that kind of gray area of how do you continue that process? How do you get it back safe strongly? That's really kind of where my sweet spot is.
Here's my rehab as well, Ross, right here.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
That works every time. That's what kept me out of the training room in college.
Yeah, and then see, you drink Tito's when you're rehabbing, and then when you get better, you start drinking this.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get stupid vodka. That's way too stupid, brother.
Yeah, that's when you're better. That's not why you're rehabbing. That'll make you make some bad decisions. But I'll say this, a lot of times people will ask me for help, and they don't always adhere to everything. You are the opposite. I ask you to do 2-a-days because I said, well, first question is how fast do you want to get back and what do you want to do? You said, I don't care, whatever it takes. Perfect.
Exactly.
Then 2-a-days is our best option. So you get up at 3:45, 4 a.m. before you had to go to prison, do all of this bullshit rehab stuff. And it was good stuff. It's just annoying to do. Nobody likes to do that stuff. It was a pain in the fucking ass. Right. And then, but then
no person would not do that.
No. And then you come back and lift because we still have to train everything else. Your whole body responds. There's tons of research on, even if you have an injured, they've done it on an injured bicep. And then if you just do curls on the other side, that one side will gain strength, even though if you're not curling it, because you curled on the other side. So there's so much good things happening to your body, even if you're lifting around it. And so you did that for 9 months straight, something like that, 2-a-days, that. And then you got to the point. Yeah, I think you got to the point where, you didn't really have any issues. You had pretty good strength again. And then, that's where you kind of take back over usually with your program. And I just kind of guide you to that point.
No, that's 100% right, Ross. And that was very, dude, you have to have a lot of discipline to get up before you go to a job, right? And to do rehab out in the shed. That's where I was doing it at, in my shed, out in the woods, by myself for an hour every morning. Then I would go to my regular job, do that, come back. I would do more rehab at night, and I would also work out on top of that, either legs or the other side of my body.
Yeah.
You know,
Consistently, you never miss. Even when
And
you
it-
took your trip, I think you went on a trip. You brought bands and dumbbells
Yes,
and all that
never
stuff. Yeah, you
missed.
never miss. Yeah, never miss.
And I mean, it's just because I don't want an injury ever to fucking beat me. Some people, they'll get, you hear this fucking shit all the time, like, well, when I was in high school, I could do this, but then I hurt my rotator cuff, and now, I can't do shit. No. There's nothing, dude. I've torn everything. I've cut my fingers off. Fucking shit. I've done, whatever it is, and I've come back every fucking time because a little injury is not going to beat Huck Finn. An injury might beat you, but it ain't going to beat me. There's no way in fuck I'm going to let something beat me. That to me, that makes me train even harder to prove that it's not going to beat me.
Yeah, well, there's this narrative around age that for some reason, like once you're after 25, you just become this weak, frail piece of shit.
Yes.
And it's like there's no data that supports any of that. I always tell people, just look at Mr. Olympia. Most of those guys don't even win till they're like 34, 35, and then they kind of run back to back until they're like 41 or 42. Like, these are the best built people in the world, and they don't start winning until their 30s for the most part. So the point is like, there's nothing physiologically wrong with you in your 30s or even 40s that for most people where you would need to have some sort of decline. What happens is most people stop being active. Like when you're in high school and college, you're playing sports, your buddy wants to go play basketball, you're like, yeah, let's go lift it up. Well, then you go out, you get a job, you have family, you have kids, you start making sacrifices or compromises depending on what you're doing. You start I'm not going to do that today, I'm not going to do this today. Well, of course, if you stop doing stuff, you're going to get worse at it. That's just training 101. But if you keep after it and you have a good plan and you're consistent, you can be strong and in good shape for as long as you freaking want to be.
Yes. That's 100% true. McBean, I know this guy. That is the truth too. He's 64 fucking years old, still whipping ass. Right. Here's another doctor-approved comment right here.
There you go.
Let's Get Stupid Vodka, drink of the century, doctor-approved from Dr. Jake. Right. That is a doctor.
Have you mixed Let's Get Stupid in vodka?
You mean Let's Get Stupid pre-workout?
Yeah, in vodka.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like Tito's. Okay, I just want to know. I figured you had.
I do that a lot during the summer. That's one of my summer go-tos. Or I used to mix Rain, but now I say, fuck you, Rain. I'll never drink that again. So it'll just be Let's Get Stupid from now on, God damn it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Homemade Four Loko.
Exactly, brother. Heart attack in a can.
There you go.
Four Loko. Oh,
just like Mom used to make. Just like Mom used to make.
Yeah. In South Dakota.
I haven't heard Four Loko in forever. Oh my gosh.
Four Loko is back. They sent me a care package like a year ago, and they wanted me to do some kind of like photo shoot with them, but it never worked out. They wanted me to like pay my own expense to wherever they're fucking located. I'm like, dude, I'm not coming out there on my own dime to do your shit, man.
Yeah,
that was the last I heard from them.
Yeah, it's wild.
That sucks.
Yeah, sucks dick with their assholes. But the good news is, if you go ahead, who sent you stuff?
They sent me stuff. Four Loko sent me
stuff
like a year ago.
What are you bragging over there?
No, I'm just sharing experiences with my good friend Tom.
Where's your best buddy at?
I don't know. Boss man hasn't texted me in a while. I'm kind of worried about him. Is he okay?
Yeah, he didn't show up tonight for bench night. His mom's not doing too well. So shout out to Big Boss Man's mom.
Yep.
He wasn't here tonight. Just very proud of that new truck, brother. He drives it every time, and he pulls it right up front and always revs the engine up before he comes in, blaring like 80s classic rock as he pulls in, as loud as it can go on the speakers. But he loves it. He loves it.
What kind of truck? I mean, I've got to ask. That's right up
it's
my
just
wheelhouse.
it's a new Ford F-150.
Oh, nice. I mean,
he's always
that's
wanted a truck, and he finally got one.
Yeah, like I'll have to ask him. Is it a Lariat? Is it an XLT? Is it a V8?
No, it's an XLT, just a kind of a regular F-150 truck. Yeah, but it's his. He loves it.
Well, and they're also. I mean, to me, this is just my opinion. If I was going to spec an F-150, I'd probably spec an XLT with the V8 because the XLT interiors are so nice. Got a massive screen in all of them. I mean, they're crazy nice. Like,
Well,
unless you just really love leather on your ass, you're
Yeah.
not missing much with an XLT.
I mean, they've changed so much. Like over the years, all the trucks, like the interiors are like, even on the really low grade models, like a fucking, I forget what the lowest grade is, like SRS or something. I don't know what it's called.
STX.
Those are fucking nice.
Yeah, they are.
You know what I mean? Like in the old days, it was like you had to fucking crank your window up, you know, if you got
Mhm.
those kind of trucks.
Mhm.
Now every truck's fucking nice. So
Now, you know what's interesting? You know, I got this 6.0 Excursion, and the
Right.
more that I get into this thing and drive it, the more I realize that this 23-year-old truck has heated
Yeah.
seats, power seats, you know, rear wiper, heated side mirrors. Like, what else do you freaking need? This was 23 years ago. Like, I mean, aside from some self-driving stuff, but other than that, they haven't really changed a lot. Oh, I think we lost Finn now.
We lost
Just
Finn.
you and I.
Just
Just
us.
you and
just
I.
two
We got to keep it
pals.
going. Well, nice to meet you, by the
man.
way.
It was nice to meet you. I didn't know I was going to be on a podcast tonight, but here we are.
I also did not know.
Sean Simpkins, two of my Arnold drinking buddies, no wrestling in my room. Me and Finn were wrestling, and this guy's in Sean Simpkins' room, just like roughhousing and shit. He was telling everybody I was hanging him off the balcony and stuff, but that's not true. That part didn't happen.
Ah, gotcha. Oh man, we're down to the banner now. Something must have crashed in the studio.
What happened to Finn? Oh man.
I don't think I can post comments, but somebody said shout out Jacob Rawls for getting another vehicle. I got it in November actually, but I didn't drive it over the winter because I didn't have time to fluid film it and all that stuff because it's rust free. It's the nicest 23-year-old Excursion. Anyone who's seen that truck, who works on Excursions or knows them, has all said the same thing. It's the nicest Excursion they've ever seen. This thing is flawless.
That's sweet. Yeah, that's a long time for you to have a car, isn't it? From the podcast I've listened to, November to now.
I mean, yes, but you know, I always like to say that that journey was not started by me in any way, shape, or form. I had a really nice F-150, it's an XLT actually, and I had it lifted and changed bumpers and lights and all that good stuff. And my wife was taking my kids to school one morning. And because it was big enough to fit, you know, basically three car seats across the back. My kids were all little at the time. And somebody ran a red light and T-boned them. And so thankfully the truck was lifted because where the car hit was right where my middle daughter sat. And my truck was high enough that they kind of hit under it, but they spun it, you know, did a few 360s. It didn't flip. But it totaled the truck. And that was like spring of 21. So like right when COVID was like really rolling, and then the dang, you know, car issues in terms of there wasn't enough inventory and all that. Right. So that just started me down this path of, you know, I was able to flip some trucks and stuff just because there was a lot of inventory and I got good stuff for a minute there. But that has come to an end. The last thing I have of value is this Excursion, which I really like a lot. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, somebody wants to reach out and give me a good offer, I'll listen for sure. But I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty sweet.
Right. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
He just texted me and said, got kicked off. Not sure of the problem. Oh, wait, you got to meet on Saturday?
We're running the podcast now. Yeah, I'm doing a meet on Saturday in Omaha.
Powerlifting, I'm assuming, or strongman?
Cone Classic. It's gonna, yeah, powerlifting. There's strongman too, but I'm doing the powerlifting.
What are you trying to hit? What do you think's in there?
I've never done strongman before. I'm hoping to hit like 760 on squat, maybe like 415 bench, and I want to pull like 765, 775.
Yeah, geez, that's a big day. Goodness
Somewhere
gracious.
in there.
Now I'm ignorant because I don't know you well. You competed before, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
So these would all be meet PRs. Are you looking for a triple crown here?
I'm looking for it. I mean, I think we're always looking for that, right? Like,
yeah, right. Go 3 for I don't care about the 9 for 9, but I mean like 3 for 3 in terms of meet PRs on all of it.
Yeah, that's what I'd want, or like at least a total PR would be sweet.
Yeah.
My best squat in the meet 745. My best bench is 405, and my best pull is 730. That I've gotten.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I mean, those are big numbers, man.
feeling pretty good. Yeah, thank you. Super heavyweight
Well,
though. So
I do see. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I always tell people who start getting into that stuff, like Dan Bell. They say, "Well, he weighed 400 pounds." It's like, okay, you go put 1,100 pounds on your back. Just stand up with it and let's have a conversation. Much less go all the way down to a
You hear me?
parallel squat. Oh, he's back.
He's
What
back.
the fuck happened, dude?
I don't know. We lost you.
I don't know. I have 2 internets in my house. I don't get this fucking house. So I have 2 internet accesses. One's called Finn and one's called Finn FS or some shit, right? So maybe I was on the wrong fucking internet out. I don't know. But everything crashed and would not get me back on until I switched internets. I thought everybody was gone, dude. Until Ross texted me. He's like, "Hey, we're still on the damn show."
Yeah, me and Ross were just going.
This is fucking awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for saving the damn show.
Comments are coming in, so I was like, it's going. Well, I was just interviewing little Sweetie over here about his powerlifting meet coming up.
Good, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Huck Finn Barbell Show is saved by Double B with the double D's.
Oh yeah,
Jacob fucking Ross. What's going on
There
here?
was a
Finn is
reason.
freaking out. I was, dude. I'm like, fucking shit, man. Of course this happens to Huck Finn.
Of
we're
course.
having the worst technical difficulties on this episode.
This has been some. Hey, listen, we got the first episode jitters out of the way.
There you go.
Oh, little Sweetie, big meet Saturday.
Yes, sir.
What's this crew meetup shit, man? I don't know if I like these crew meetups, man. It's kind of weird.
It's a bunch of guys from the Massonomics crew are like, we're gonna be in Omaha. Well, Jake lives in Omaha. Lou lives in Omaha. My meet's in Omaha.
You know what? I think we need a power drinking and power lifting meetup is what we need, brother. Some real alphas.
At the Lamplighter, brother.
At the double L in Ottawa IL with the double B with the double D's, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
So carry on. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I mean, I don't want to interrupt your little thing here, right?
And I was just asking about his meet.
You're interrupting our show.
Oh, sorry. You keep going, boys. Put me off to the side then.
Wait, you're interrupting our show, Finn.
Well, I was just going to say this. I am a little upset at the crew.
Go ahead.
Did you know that?
Why? What's up?
Because I'm actually a low-key official member of the crew and have been a supporting member for quite a long time. And I don't get anything. I don't get Discords. I don't get when the meets are happening. I don't know where I guess you guys all talk on Discord, but I miss all of that. But I am an official crew member, actually. Ever since they had me on the podcast, I think whatever that was, a year and a half ago, somewhere around there, I think I joined up. So somebody will have to DM me how to get involved with I need to learn like the secret handshake and all that kind of stuff. So
whatever you guys do.
Yeah, it's like the Freemasons.
We'll get you there.
God, this show's taking a turn for the fucking worse, man.
Yeah. Well, but Finn, I keep waiting for you to do. I mean, you've talked about it for a while. This alpha meetup, because I think it would go great. I think you would get a ton of people, even me, who I don't have a group like you do, or like Massonomics does. I just have people that I know or I train, and a couple of those people, like Jacob. If you ever ask us to come out, we come. And so, you have to be that times 100. It'd be incredible.
I was actually thinking about doing something last year, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. And you're going to hear it first. It's an exclusive. I was going to pick 10 guys, only 10, to come do the Huck Finn Barbell experience, right? Did I tell you about this, Jacob?
No, I have not heard about this.
I had this all written out, everything, and I didn't do it. I don't know why. The experience would be you fly in or drive, whatever you do. It would be a Friday, mid-afternoon arrival time. And we would have a barbecue, kind of a pool party at my house. You would stay at my place, right?
Oh, wow.
You would stay at the place, the barn, everything. Saturday would be a full day of training, Q&As, I'd have Boss Man here, a bunch of idiots here too, with you at all times. Every day you're here, they would be living with you, right? Boss Man I would have Boss Man. I got a guy down the street that's got a white horse. I was going to have Boss Man on the horse, right? Doing wake up calls,
Wow.
kind of like, army style. And then I'd have him like Mel Gibson on a horse painted up in the morning. And then we do, Saturday be all about training and learning and all the bullshit. And then Saturday night would be the big party, right? And then Sunday would kind of be a day of, saying goodbye. And by Sunday afternoon, it'd be over with. So it'd be kind of a 2.5 day event. And I would only pick 10 guys. I'd probably put it up. And then maybe the first 10 guys that want to go, we'd accept. And we'd start it from there. So that's I might still do that this year. I had it, like I said, I had everything planned out. We even had like what we're going to do seminar wise, all the shit. And you would live at Huck Finn's house. It would be a Huck Finn experience. My wife and kids would be gone, right? And it would just be us. And I'd also have some special guests here, like the lady with the world's largest boobs would be here as well. I already contacted her about it, so that would kind of be a special guest. I'm not lying, dude. This is for real.
Of course,
I'm definitely thinking about putting this together. I would have to be on in the summer because I'd want to use the pool and everything else. I mean, I think the greatest time in Illinois is obviously, I think, the summer, and
100%. Yeah.
It'd be awesome. We have everything here. It'd be like, like Woodstock. It'd be like Huckstock or something.
Whoa, yeah. I mean, March
possibly
okay
a band
too.
Saturday night as well, because I got some connections with some bands. So
Sleeping in the barn in March was fine, or February,
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
Right?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huckstock. That sounds really good.
Huckstock coming soon. Low man wins. Simpkins Sweet. I've been telling you that for years, brother.
Oh yeah.
Why? Because I'm Huck Finn and you're not.
He said no wrestling in his room is what he was saying earlier when you were off.
That's true.
I mean-
that is a good thing. You should not have wrestling in the room. I think that's
We
what
were
fucked my
wrestling-
shoulder up.
Oh fuck! Did I hurt you?
That's what it
Yeah.
was. Now
Yeah,
we
you
Bleed my own
understand.
blood.
Right? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Oh yeah, Dr. Jake, that's a good comment. Don't worry, we'll get our plumber out there. It'll cost you a little bit, but he'll get it done.
Yeah. I heard you guys got a connection, a good plumber.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that
Not
shit.
good.
Literally, goodness gracious. Anyway,
Gracious, man.
Finstock. Yeah, I just think, man, I think that would go amazingly well. I think it would be really, really cool. You could have some bonuses. You could give people if they achieve certain things. If they drank 40 beers or something like that. Or
Well, we did.
it's-
We did.
Oh yeah.
Feats of strength, we were going to call them. That's on the list.
Yeah, but
Make him do the
you don't want.
Beer-Barian challenge.
Yes, that's one of them. That'd be one of them.
The Beer-Barian.
The Beer Baron would be one of them. I also have a lot of connections, though, certain companies that would sponsor the event as well. So we'd have like the best steak you could eat for every meal, like certified Piedmontese. And then I have another, real American beer and stuff like that. So we'd have a ton of beer. Everything would be, everything, all the food, all the booze, everything would be there. Right. So you gotta do is
you'd also need the secret challenge, which is if you can tear your pec off the bone while benching in your barn, you get like a pallet of real American beer.
Well, I mean, you'd be an invited guest. You'd have a pass for life.
Somebody goes down, they're coming up with a bar, pec rips off. You have like confetti that comes out, lights that go off. Hey, you're the secret winner. Woo-hoo.
Right.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Autograph the fucking door and get the hell out of here. Take your pec with you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
That's pretty much what happened with you at Super Training, right?
Yeah, it is. I signed the wall at that gym. I said, "Here lies Huckfinnbarbell's pec," with my autograph next to it.
Then they said, "Get the hell out of here."
They didn't say get. Well, they almost said get the hell out of here when I was at his house that night. I don't know if you guys ever saw the YouTube video, but that night, Mark, took me to his house, and he lived in a fancy neighborhood. Long story short, I was very, very upset at what happened, and I drank a lot of beer on the podcast because we did podcast right after that happened, right?
Yeah.
And I was already 12 beers deep. Probably drank 10 on the podcast. And nobody's drinking beer on the podcast back then. Nobody drinks beer on a podcast fucking now.
True.
But I go back to his house and I hop in his hot tub and I continue to drink beer and I'm fucking so dehydrated, my fucking pec starts cramping. and it's tearing away from the bone. Like it's already fucked. I mean, it was like the most painful experience ever, dude. I got out of that hot tub and then fucking, I don't think he took me to my hotel room or something after that. That was it.
Ugh.
After I was naked in his bathtub with like 20 beers. That was kind of wild too. Who are these guys on here? Oh, there's Devin Hawkins right here, man.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah,
Come on, he knows that. Devin knows that.
Cleanups.
Devin knows that. Yeah.
What's that shirt he's got on that picture? I can't see it. They blow it up.
Fuck fear, drink beer.
That's a Huckfinnbarbell shirt, brother. I love it.
That is.
There we go.
It's a good one.
Now, can we look at this guy? Look at what was I telling you earlier? Double D, Perfect Little Sweetie.
Just that I'm great and I'm special.
No. Remember, I called you today and I was like, "Hey, man, I need you to be a co-host on here. I need somebody to throw something off of, right?"
Yeah.
And why did I tell you that? What was my reasoning?
Because you think I'm funny.
I said, this guy's hilarious. Listen, he's a fucking. I've drank beer with this guy several times. Hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he lifts weights. He likes to fucking get drunk, and the motherfucker's an oddity, right? I like people that are different, man. This guy's like 6'7", long hair, and he's a male nurse. I mean, he's just got a great story, dude. I love it.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff.
No, like we're not normal, right? I don't like normal people. I never liked normal people my whole life. I never wanted to be normal. Why would anybody want to be like everybody else?
Sounds shitty. I would hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like garage gym nerds to me.
Sounds like home gym nerds, 100%. They all want to be like each other,
Yeah, they all want to have cable stacks on their racks and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, Perfect Little Sweetie, man. He's getting too nervous. I can tell on the podcast. Loosen up, Perfect Little Sweetie. Come on, have a couple drinks.
I'm loose as a goose. I'm ready. I'm ready to get after it.
Have you ever met this guy, Ross?
No, that's what when we first lost you, I was just saying it was nice to meet him because I've just seen him and heard about him, but I've never met the man, the myth, the legend, Perfect Little Sweetie.
Yeah, we went out drinking together one night that night in South Dakota. We took on Aberdeen. God damn, we looked like a bunch of idiots, dude.
Oh, that was a crew.
And then we had Big Boss Man fucking backing it up the caboose.
That's my best friend.
He kept saying, "That's my best friend."
That's my best friend.
That was the best, dude. Boss Man was hilarious on that fucking trip. Terrible camera guy.
Oh, horrible camera guy, but he's a good co-pilot, right? I mean,
very good co-pilot, man. That guy will stay up with you and bullshit with you forever, drinking pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just got to add in the restroom breaks. That's the only problem.
ARVs, average restroom visits.
My only complaint is Lou snored so loud.
Oh God, I know.
Lou snored so loud right in my ear.
I don't know why you guys are sleeping next to each other.
Well, I don't know, for warmth. It was freezing.
Yeah, it was getting pretty cold. It was cold in there, man.
All I packed was underwear and a toothbrush. I should have brought a blanket.
Yeah, you're like Pappy. You brought nothing except a case of beer and a toothbrush.
That's all I brought.
Well, I mean, Lou Nutter just emits heat off of that beautiful hair that he has.
Nuts.
When he was out the lamplighter, I mean, it was like a furnace around that guy. The ladies were sweating.
It was hot.
That was awesome. They did show up to that lamplighter trip.
That's incredible.
200th episode. He drove all the way out there. It was fucking great, dude. I'll never forget that either.
That's amazing.
Funny as shit, man.
I'm gonna be out with him on Saturday night, I think.
This Saturday?
My meet's in Omaha, so in Lou's spotting and loading, I think.
Jesus.
So I don't know if you want to drive to Omaha.
I would, but I got my grandmother's 100th birthday party that day.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be there all day in Schaumburg, IL, somewhere out there, somewhere in the burbs.
Well, so before I'll hop off and let you guys keep going, but before I just want to give you a good idea, Finn, to sell. Especially because I know you like to stick it to those Massonomics guys. Mm-hmm. And so, they have that skull logo that they use for their T-shirts and things like that. Well, you could get a little skull, little shaker and just start selling those. I'm telling you. Then they'll be selling it a week later.
Listen, they had that skull logo after they saw my skull logo on my fucking pre-workout. back in 2019. I mean, Jesus Christ, where do you think they got it from, for Christ's sakes? Everything they ever got is all Huck Finn. I mean, they've been riding my coattails for years, brother.
I would love to see somebody make a like a bulletin board, like that movie. Oh my gosh, what was that movie? Memento, where you have like pictures up and you have like colored string attaching this thing to the next thing, and like, well, Finn came out with this then, and Massonomics did then, and just kind of put it all together for us because
well, you better watch out.
People
Your
need to
buddy
know.
might do that pretty soon. If you know what I'm talking about, old Keith Honeycutt will be on that next.
Keith Honeycutt. Oh yeah, we were messaging today. He appreciated the shout out. He appreciated the shout out.
Well, there's something that's coming down the line that I cannot believe that these fucking assholes are gonna do, right? I'm not gonna say anything on here because it won't be as funny, but these motherfuckers are copying the fuck out of Huck Finn, dude. And he even called me about it. That's how bad it is.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you guys will see something here down the road. And
well, this just begs the question though, when are we gonna get what the people want, which is the Massonomics Huck Finn collaboration line? That's what we need.
Well, listen, I ain't collabing with nobody from South Dakota except for this guy right here, brother.
Well, I did see the perfect little sweetie shirts coming out.
Listen, that's the guy I'm collabing with, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little sweetie shirts. I got one large left. So
yeah, well, that's good. You had 2 large left earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good, man.
They're selling.
Yeah, that's how I
got
that's how I started.
One coming your way.
That's how I started, brother. The same way. I had I got a bunch of shirts from 8 Man, and I sold my first round of shirts, and then I got another round, did the same thing, and then one more round after that, and I'm like, Jesus, dude, I got to start doing this shit on my own, man. I can make money, and that's kind of how it all just took off. Was that first round of shirts,
Right. Well, I don't want to copy you guys too much. I don't want to copy Massonomics just copying you.
Oh Jesus, yeah, that's next. You have a Huckfinnbarbell table next.
I might have to. That'd be sick.
From the Walking Warrior. Right? Oh shit, Jesus Christ! They sit that mic into me. Can you see the table a little bit here? Here's an aerial view.
Watkins is going to start a custom table company, and then
this
everybody.
This table is fucking awesome, man.
It is.
All right, let me get a couple screenshots so I can remake it.
Yeah, right. Here's another. Old Simpkins, one of my favorites.
That's me and Simpkins. We talk all the time. He's my best friend.
He's my best. He's a good dude, man. Been around a long time.
Awesome.
Great taste in music, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. He's always sending me music recommendations, and I'm adding them to the playlist. It's good times.
Great show. Ross, you going to get out of here, brother?
Yep, I'll let you guys go. Appreciate you having me on
again. I've been hanging out with Ross. I've been talking to Ross every fucking day, man. That's what happens when you get injured. My best friend.
What's your best friend?
We're best friends, right? 100% with all the rehab and.
We'll go off air and just bullshit like we're on here. You could go off air and still talk to each other, in this studio. So we'll go off air like we did the Let's Get Stupid show pretty much together this week because Tom wasn't on much. And then once he got off, like once we got done, and then we just talked for like a half an hour afterwards about my shoulder, and I'm crying to Ross about it and shit like that. He's just fucking he's got a shoulder for me to cry on.
That's right. That's what the traps are for.
It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay, brother.
Be okay, Finn. Don't worry.
You're
brother.
fine.
It's gonna be all right.
You've done this a couple times.
Yeah, it's not your first rodeo. God damn it.
Yep.
Oh, look at this guy. Hold on.
Chicken
home gym. Here's another one of those home gym nerds.
Yeah.
Home gym nerd.
Just cutting the grass with just fucking the old lady.
you never
Listen, Let's Get Stupid show. He must have been big. Yeah. You don't mow another man's lawn.
Say he didn't specify whose grass he was cutting. He just said that he was cutting grass, period. So
that is true. How bad is the shoulder? Well, we just went over it, brother. If anybody is on here, the shoulder is good. It is torn, but partial. What is it? Partial tear, right?
Partial tear. Yep. Not complete the attachment.
Tear.
Partial tear.
We'll be fine in a few weeks. No big deal. Looks terrible. Video was gross. Everything's fine. All right, Ross, we'll see you, brother. Thanks for coming on and help me explain everything with the shoulder. I needed a doctor on here besides the doctor, Jake from State Farm, the other doctor,
Yeah. I'm a Jake. He's a Jake. All the Jakes are good at this stuff, so we got it down.
Feed Jake. One of my favorite songs.
Big Bryce, good luck this weekend, buddy.
Thanks, Jacob Ross.
I'll be watching
Should
for
be a good
some
one. Nice to
clips
meet
on the
you.
old Instagrams. Yep, absolutely. All right, see you later, fellas.
See you, Ross. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Okay, bye.
There he goes. The man, the myth, the legend, explained everything. I mean, words
He's a
I couldn't
smart
even
guy.
fucking pronounce. It's pretty good, right?
He's pretty good. I didn't know half the words. It was smart.
Nah, me neither. You know, he started talking that nerd stuff, you know, about, I don't even know. He got into some long tangent, man. I fucking stopped listening like 2 seconds into it. I didn't know what he was saying.
I was not my phone wasn't working, so I heard some of it, but
I can't believe what happened. I don't know what the deal was. Everything just went black on my screen. I'm like, what the fuck? How is this happening right now?
Ross just took over. He kept running the show. It was great.
Yeah, he's good. Well, that was your job. You're the co-host right now.
Well, I didn't know. I don't know the guy.
Yeah. Would you lock up, brother?
I locked up. I was like, oh God, the computer broke.
Oh God. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
So yeah, this is the Huck Finn Barbell Show. I'm trying to do it at least 2 times a month. That's kind of the goal. My goal is on here is to grow my YouTube following, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a platform. This is called StreamYard, which I love. I can put anything on here. Like, I think I've had this shit scrolling all day on here because I haven't been really paying attention to the bottom of the screen. But you know, I just like this shit, man. I should use it. I have it. It costs money to use this shit, and I want to use it. So if you guys go to huckfinnbarbell.com, obviously it's been down there. Use code YouTube10, and you get 10% off fucking anything on my site. And also go to Huck Finn, this thing, and fucking subscribe to my channel because I'm putting out some good shit.
When's this new logo coming out? This HF, the Huck Finn logo up here.
This logo here in the corner, this HF logo, which I've been working on for a while. I wanted a small logo. We'll be coming on the hats, which we're going to have 2 different styles of hats. Fucking awesome hats. Maybe 3 styles because I also want this other hat. It'll be a rubberized logo on it and shorts. Dude, I've gone through 4 different styles of shorts and I hate all of them.
Really?
Right? I thought I had one that I really liked, and I'm like, man, I don't like this fucking pair of shorts. God damn it. So I got another one coming in the mail again. But I would say probably within 2 weeks, there will be at least the hat will be out and possibly the shorts, depending on if this new one comes in or not, with the logo on it. And then some more apparel down the road with the new logo. But yeah, I don't want to put the giant logo on everything. I like to have 2 logos, right? The small logo, which I love this one. And then obviously my main logo, it's tattooed on my fucking arm right here.
That's a good one with the pelican and the deer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean,
buck and the pelican.
Yeah, do you ever hear the story of why I chose like this right here? That with the woods and the deer and the pelican over the barbell?
I don't remember what the deer is, but the pelican's from the brothers, right? Your dad's.
Yeah, yep.
Dad's
from my old man. He saved a pelican's life in like 1978 in Daytona Beach, Florida, and then it became like the Finn bird after that. You know, he put it on all of his shit. The brothers, they called them. Like they played college football and they weren't in fraternities and everybody called each other brothers. So there's like, hey, we'll be the brothers. And they, did shit like that. So
that's sweet.
Yeah. And that's where that pelican came from. So when I designed that logo, I wanted to throw the pelican on there somewhere as well. But yeah, it came from like, I saw another guy's logo was like a city outline. I'm like, well, I'm not from the city. I live out in the fucking woods. So that's why I put the woods back there and a deer and the pelican.
I got you.
And the whole thing was kind of like strange to begin with because I didn't think, my Instagram was going to take off like it did, right? They had an Instagram handle. I was like, well, I'll be Huck Finn because that's what I made. I said I was on Team Huck Finn. I was on no team. My first powerlifting meet I was ever in. And then I like blew up after that. I like total one of the best totals, top 10 total in the world at the time. Top 5.
Crazy.
Like ever in the history of powerlifting. I was like number 5 at the time.
That was your first meet you did that?
It was second meet.
Oh, well, still, yeah.
Like pretty much my first meet, my first real meet.
Right.
And
Jesus.
And then this company that was sponsoring me is like, hey, could you get on Instagram? I'm like, isn't that for girls? That's like a picture taking site. So anyways, I get on it and they're like, you need a handle. So I put, I'll be Huck Finn-barbell, not thinking anything of it. And then it blows up. And then everywhere I go, like people know me as Huck. Huck, hey, Huck. Nobody knows me as Tom Finn. I haven't been called Tom in years, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking,
feels weird. Feels weird to call you Tom.
Yeah, everybody calls me Huck, like everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and then one day I was sitting in the shed and I said, I had this thing going on. I said, if you buy a shirt in the next 24 hours, I will also call you for 3 minutes and I'll talk to you, FaceTime your ass. So I had so many, it was like one of the best like promotions I had, right? So I sat out my fucking shed, got drunker and shit, and talked to like 100 motherfuckers that day. Or in 2 days, I think it was.
That's
and one
crazy.
day I'm talking to these college kids. They're sitting in their dorm room going nuts, right? And my wife comes out with like my food and like more beer and shit. And she gets in the screen, like just comes in the back. They're like, oh my God, hey, there's Mrs. Barbell, right? So I'm like, that's the greatest name ever. That's your new name. You're Mrs. Barbell.
That's so good.
So she's been like Mrs. Barbell ever since. It was just because of a couple college idiots that saw her in the background of a FaceTime video back in like 2019.
Mrs. Barbell.
Mrs. Barbell.
That's good.
He went a little lambda, and the Omega Moos. Very informative, but you were right. He did go a little nerdy, but the guy is smart as shit when it comes to anytime I'm ever hurt or you need any type of, when I don't know something, I go to Ross. You know what I mean? And he definitely helps a lot of shit. Go on.
That's a good one to be in. No, that's a good one to be in. Hey, what was the frat that Ogre was in that like Lambda like went against? What was that frat?
Alpha Betas, baby.
Alpha Betas, okay.
Alpha Betas.
I love that movie.
God, one of my favorite, dude. I was raised on that movie, man. Like, I must have watched that fucking movie hundreds of times before I was a teenager.
I just wanted to be Ogre.
Me too. Me too, man. I loved Ogre. Ogre was the man.
Ogre is the best.
Right? He is. He's the greatest of all time. One of the best characters in the history of movies, dude.
Yeah.
I think guys are probably coming on here wanting to know how my fucking shoulder is, and we're talking about
shoulder's great, okay? Now let's get back to the
shoulder's awesome, man.
Let's get back to the real shit here.
Shoulder's great. Let's talk about some real shit like fucking Animal House and Revenge of the Nerds, dude.
Yeah. Porky's.
Right? Oh, Porky's is the best too, man. Porky's is a hell of a movie. I haven't watched that in years, man. There's 3 of them.
I was in like 1st or 2nd grade, and I was at my parents' house, like watching Porky's in the basement, and my grandpa came in, and he walked down the stairs, and it was the scene where the shower scene, and he went out to my parents like, you know what Bryce is watching? And then my parents like, I don't know, Porky Pig or something. And he's like, no,
Porky Pig.
Porky's. It was me watching Porky's in the basement in like 1st or 2nd grade.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Porky's has some pretty bad scenes in it.
Oh, big time.
Right? I mean, there's like nudity scenes, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, that's how you grow up to be alpha, I guess.
That is 100% true, dude. I've been watching nude scenes since I was a little kid. Right? Well, I mean, what's your favorite movie?
Oh man, my favorite movie is probably
I like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good short movie, that music video. It's a good short film.
That is.
Oh man, I don't know what my favorite movie is. It's gotta be something funny. Maybe. Oof, what have I seen the most? I watched Jackass the most. I think that's my favorite movie.
Oh, Jackasses were definitely good movies for sure.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite movies is those. Those are probably the movies I've seen the most.
Oh, here we go. Simpkins coming up. I remember Karen's Corner at the first house was fucking epic. Yeah, so that first house, that little, behind the scenes story of that. And if you guys got any questions, leave them down here. We'll answer some questions before you go off air here on YouTube. So Karen's Corner, she built that, right? I think I was working second shift. And when I was gone for work, she was building a bar in the basement. And one day, maybe 2 weeks in her building, and I had no clue she was building this, right? At all. I'm an idiot. So this is a great story. I go walking down the basement. I didn't go to the basement that much at that house because we didn't have much down there. Just it wasn't finished, and it was just like a lot of just junk down there, right? Just our shit. So I going down there looking for something one day, and there's a big sheet at the bottom covering the doorway up so you couldn't go into the basement, but it was at the bottom of the stairs. And there's a giant sign that says, "Tom, turn around, do not enter." And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, okay. I just went back upstairs like it's no big, like I never even asked her like why. Like I just I can't go in here, I guess. So like 6-8 weeks went on, and I totally even forgot about it. About that day, I went down there and I just turned around. So like it was my birthday, and she's like wants to take me to the basement. So we go down there, and there's a whole fucking bar down there she built by herself. Like her dad helped her like move some wood, and like that was it. She built the whole thing by herself, and she's never even built anything in her life. Just that's how smart she is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so awesome.
And then she goes, "Didn't you see that sign?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did a couple weeks ago. I don't know why. I just turned around. Like, she's like, you didn't like were curious. You never asked me. Like, you didn't look." I'm like, "No, I just turned around and went back upstairs. Said I shouldn't go down there.
It's just not for me there. I just can't go."
Yeah. So yeah, I just went back upstairs, and she built that bar by herself by hand, and it's been moved several times, and it's still in great shape, and it's in the shop right now.
Oh, like where she makes shirts? Is it that bar?
Yeah, bar. Yeah, that was the bar
That's
she built.
really nice. That's
Isn't that
really
crazy,
nice.
dude?
That's
yeah.
I thought you guys would have bought that.
No, I mean it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she did that all by herself, and then it moved to the old house, my first house, right, where I started bar talk there. Like there wasn't even like podcast then, and this is back probably in 2015 or something. Like nobody had a podcast, so I started bar talk. And it was just on my YouTube channel where I like would have my friends come down, or I had a couple famous people on there that came to my house, and I interviewed them at my bar in my basement, like Juji Mufu. Yeah, there's some, like, if you go look back at that, there's like an old one from 2015 where I'm interviewing Juji Mufu, who stayed at my house for a couple nights. We were just fucking doing some stupid videos together, but that's pretty funny. And I don't know, a couple other people, but it went from there, that house. Then we moved to a different house where the shed was at. Mm-hmm. And that bar then was in the garage where her shop was also at. So it was like a 3-car garage, kind of like weird with all the equipment, and the bar was in the corner there. And that's where we started the Let's Get Stupid show at, really. A lot of it was filmed in that location. And then from there, it moved into the shed when we built the Decked and Homeless shelter, which was the carport that we built like a gym in, but we only were there for like 6 months until we got this place we're in currently.
Mm-hmm. I've been kind of following along the whole time, but like not, I don't know, just kind of all the things are super familiar, but I'm not like, I'm not like a nerd who's been like, I'm not like the nerd who's been like, what are they doing? You know, I'm just.
Yeah. Oh, that bar is awesome. And like I said, it's been everywhere, and it's survived everything somehow and put back together, and it's in the shop still. And we still, like in the summertime, we use that shop a lot, right? Because the pool's right behind it and shit. So have a lot of parties out there. Summertime's like the best time here.
I got a Speedo.
Oh yeah, I'm in a man thong.
Oh, I got a Speedo. Yeah, I got a Speedo. It looks like it's got a belt buckle on it. It looks nice.
Oh, that's nice, brother. Well, you're invited then this summer, man.
I'm on my way.
Well, you'll be at the Huckfinnbarbell experience or whatever I'm going to call it.
Oh shit! Yeah, am I going to be one of the 10 guys, or am I going to have to give a seminar?
Well, I'm thinking about doing it in July. I have a couple weeks vacation in July, and I might do it that first weekend of my so like July 13th or something, because that following weekend is the Massonomics thing where I'm going on vacation. So it might be that weekend, or it might be in June, one or the other.
Nice. I'm going to be
but I should get on it because it's already fucking May and people got to make plans. So I should get on it.
Yeah, you need to. We got Edging 101, Alphanomics. What are you going to teach them, you know?
Oh, at the seminar?
Yeah, you got Edging 101.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go over all, how to fucking, actually raise your test levels through edging. That'll be definitely probably one of the first things,
Yeah, the keynote address.
I'd probably be the keynote address. You're right. I'll go from there. Maybe have Pappy on as a special guest and talk about, how to, raise kids the right way, right? Because he did, and then how to drink as well, there'll be a lot of drinking. Then we'll get into the squat, bench, deadlift, very small portions of that in the seminar.
I mean, what's left to know? What's left to know about those?
Right. Then right into the drinking after that again. Right. Pappy used to come on. It was great. Yeah. Pappy, I'm going to have Pappy on this show here. Possibly the next show we have on here. Nobody's seen Pappy in quite a while. Pappy's doing great. Just kind of an update with him. He's doing everything he's always done. He's riding his bike every day. He rides his bike like 20 miles a day. Does push-ups every other day like he always does. Still working out in the dungeon. 73 years old. Still drinking beer all the time. He was over here drinking a bunch of beer with me. Still kicking ass. He had that slight scare. September. He just did triathlon.
It's nice out when he does that triathlon.
Yeah. It's September 17th. He does a brother triathlon.
Mm-hmm. He just had a scare, you said?
Well, he did a couple years ago, back when I tore my pecten off the bone there. He got, he didn't know what was wrong with him. He started losing weight. Pappy's 250, 260 pounds, about 6'2". And he got down to 210, and he didn't know why, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are you dying, Pappy? And it turned out he had some kind of autoimmune thing with his blood. His blood was not clotting properly, some shit like that, and they took care of it. But it took a year. And even then, he still rode his bike, when he was really ill, he still rode his bike 70 miles and did all the shit on his birthday. While he was not at his best, obviously he's probably 50% of what he was, but he still did it and almost died that year.
Alpha.
And of course, alpha. And then the past couple of years, he's just got, he's normal again, but he had that about a year where he was kind of off, he had to go to the hospital a couple times and nobody knew what was wrong with him, but he ended up being fine after everything, but that's what happens. He's an alpha, you know what I mean?
He is an alpha.
Who's this guy? Chemical Sounds, I'd apply. Thank you, brother.
Oh, yeah, you can't just do the first 10 guys. You got to do the application, right? I mean, it's got to be
I don't.
Maybe they got to send in a video. Maybe you do a video contest.
I know. I don't know what to do, honestly. Should I up it to 20? I mean, that's a lot. I don't want too many.
You should figure out the guy with the best total. So who can drink the most beers, bench the most, and then something else. You know what I mean?
Well, I got this.
What's your total?
You can't see that angle. Can you see? And that's not lit up enough in the gym there. You see the fire going, but you can't see the chairs there next to me. It's too dark. We got 15, 3, 5, 10, 15, about 15 chairs in the theater seating. So maybe I might make it 15. Because I want enough in the when I do everything, I want everybody to have a seat, and it's not where people are standing when we do everything. I'm going to put on, like I said, put on a little seminar. I will have some other people here as well to make it, maybe Ed Cohen or something, he's a buddy of mine. Just make it really, really good and really make it fucking fun as shit, dude. With the beer, the food, the training with Huck Finn, everything. It'd be a Huck Finn experience, and have all my buddies here as well, and maybe a live band. I mean, it'll be epic. If I put it on, it's going to be epic as fuck.
Yeah, of course it is. That's the only way you do things.
Goddamn right. Jacob Ramey. Jacob Ross was crucial to getting me back in the gym post PT for rotator cuff surgery. Yeah. I mean, he's great with if anybody's ever injured, and I've always pointed him out to anybody that I've trained or anybody, any of my buddies, anybody. Very good at helping you come back from injury. He's helped many professional athletes. I mean, if it's good enough for a pro athlete, dude, it's good enough for you. You know what I mean?
Right on. Yeah.
So
he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. Seemed smart. Everything he said seemed smart.
Yeah, seems like a nerd, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Make the top 10 cut
nerds.
Promos. Oh yeah, that's good too.
Oh
promos.
yeah.
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
That's a good idea. Now, do you got any questions, brother, before we're going to get off here in about 4 or 5 minutes? Do you have any questions before we go? Or
Well, Where else? Where are you guys all going on your vacation? Like, what are you gonna stop in Sioux Falls or anything?
I don't know. We kind of did a light outline of it
Yeah.
about a week and a half before I got hurt, right? And then
Oh,
when I got hurt, I didn't know if I could make the trip because if I got hurt, I'd have to use at least 8 to 9 weeks of time that I
right.
have built up at my job to take off of work, and then I'd have to go to work like when that time ended, right when that was going on.
Oh,
So I didn't know then, right? I had to wait until to see if I was cleared, like if I'm good and I'm not getting surgery, which we found out today that I'm not. Like this afternoon, I found out.
yeah, that's true.
And the
You just
first thing I
found
did was post on the internet, like, hey, emergency fucking meeting, press conference. Texted you, hey, hop on with me. Let's go and explain everything. Because, like I said, I've got hundreds of DMs of people saying, obviously wanting to know what happened, which
right.
I just don't want to text everybody what happened. I'd like to come out here and tell everybody. And, I'm obviously in my next YouTube video that I kind of made a little bit tonight and edited up. We'll explain everything as well. But it's just tough answering the same question constantly. So,
Right.
I'm alive. I'm well. Everything's golden. The video did look bad, but I lost the battle, but God damn it, I'm living to fight another fucking day, and I'll be back kicking that motherfucking ass here very soon.
So back. We're so back, baby. Where are you guys trying to end up? Do you know though? Like on that?
Yeah, I
trip?
want to end up out in the Rockies there.
Oh, in the Rockies. I was gonna say
The girls have never been to the Rocky Mountains and shit, so
yeah, that'd be cool.
Like we said, we'll stop. We'll get there. I think they have Friday sometime, and then Saturday's the meet. Or I was thinking, or I thought.
Yeah, I think that
Something like
sounds
that.
right.
Friday they have a little party, and then Saturday is a meet, and then they have another party Saturday night or some shit.
Mm-hmm. At that bar we were at when we were in Aberdeen, the zoo.
Yeah. So we'll have
Zoo Culture, I think.
We'll have a booth there, Zoo Culture.
I think we went to Zoo Culture that night, and
that was
Park
fucking
there.
Yeah. I wrote on his wall too.
Well, you didn't write on Perfect Little Sweetie's wall
years ago. No, I didn't. You never told me to, dude, or I would have.
I didn't know. I never had anybody there before.
I never had anybody there before.
I'll
tell you who did miss it was a guy named Coke Keeft.
Yeah, Coke Keeft.
That was the best. I just saw like the last text message. I said I said you missed it or something. I sent you that video of that day at the Arnold. It was awesome when I did the meet and greet.
Yeah.
And you missed it. You went to the strongman event or something. And you're like, I was like, dude, you missed everything. He goes, I did, but guess who else? Guess who missed more? Coke Keeft. I fucking laughed my ass off. I'm like, yep, that's the truth.
Yep.
Remember fucking sending them videos or whatever?
Yeah.
You fucking dipshit. You missed everything.
I might still have those.
That was the greatest.
I text him. Yeah, he missed us meeting the homeless woman and
goddamn big shot now,
Yeah, he's too good for us.
Yeah, too good for us. Guys from Iowa, come on, man.
Yeah.
He's probably secretly watching right now. I don't know why the hell little Sweetie's out here with his long ass hair.
Well, he could be on here too if he showed up once in a while.
You know what? Maybe we should have him on this show.
Yeah,
right?
That'd be good.
Definitely, yeah. Maybe we'll kick Pappy off another week. Maybe next time we're live, we'll have Coke Keeft on and have him put him in the hot seat, if you will.
Just really grill him, like, where were you?
Yeah, like we're fucking interrogating the sumbitch.
Where were you on August 14th, 2019?
Yeah, at 10:55 p.m.
What are you wearing?
Yeah, what are you wearing right now? Are you wearing underwear or a jock strap?
Are you wearing fucking underwear?
Gee, are you wearing underwear or what?
I bet you're wearing a bra too.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, this fucking podcast is run off the goddamn rails.
Big time. But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Damn right. Here, we got something for you on here, buddy. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Good luck Saturday, Big Bryce. Dude is pulling big numbers and going to raise some hell Saturday. Oh, yeah. We're going to raise a little hell. Big Lou, take on Omaha. My dad, my mom, my sister, my girlfriend, we're all going to be there. We're going to get wild afterwards. Ed Cone Classic in Omaha.
Now, do you need a singlet rush shipped to you?
Oh yeah. Do you
What
have
size?
a 17 XL? Do you have a tent?
You know, I had this one company make me the last singlet I wore at that meet I did out in Wisconsin back there in 2019. I had my face was printed on the back of it, and it said "Let's get stupid," and on the front, I don't know, it was hilarious. It's hanging up out here somewhere. He sent me two of them, but they're like extra larges or something.
Oh shit!
They're funny as
I could
fuck.
squeeze.
I'll send it out to you if you want it, dude. I swear to God. The singlets are like $200 singlets.
Oh shit! I need to get a cool one.
It's a fucking badass singlet. It's hilarious.
You got to get the power drinking and powerlifting singlets. We got to get those.
I got that. Something I'm working on that, like I told you earlier, and I'm also working on the flag. I don't know what I like. Obviously design, but I don't know what to make of like the colors or what I should do with the flag. You know, do you have any ideas of the background of the flag? Like, what should I make the background? Obviously, we have the main design, the logo.
Is it the logo? It's navy blue, right? The logo, or I mean, you could change that, but
it's black. It's like black, but with shadowy.
It's black.
Yeah.
Obviously
I could change it to anything. I mean, it can be any color.
Yeah.
You
Well, a black flag with white letters would be kind of like piratey, but
yeah, that's what I was.
Well,
that was my first thought of doing was black.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, black and white I think would look cool as a flag.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll do that.
Have to mess with it a little bit.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing. I was messing with the design of that HF up here in the corner too. I was messing with that. Like I was thinking of the colors I should put on the hat. So I got a charcoal hat, like a very light charcoal color, and then a black hat, and then possibly like this tan color. What do you call those fucking hats? Those like bucket hats.
Oh yeah.
Like so, like those three, like two regular hats, and then one bucket hat. And I was deciding on how I should make this logo. It's a rubberized patch on it, so it would be like, is it a black background and then all white logo, or should I make it a multicolored logo, or should I make just the slash of the two F's different color, the F's different colors? There's a couple options, and I was looking all over everything. I still haven't decided yet. That's another thing that's on my fucking to-do list tomorrow to finalize it, because it takes a week for them to come in.
Right. A lot of choices.
No, it's too many choices.
I just got shirts and hats. I got the little devil on a hat here.
I like that.
I picked it because of the song, Johnny Paycheck song, "The Only Hell My Mama Ever Raised." That's why I got the little devil.
I have to tell you, I can't tell you this on air because I just can't. But dude, I have to tell you this off air. It is it's such a good story of Johnny Paycheck. You're gonna shit. And I wish I could tell it on here. I just can't because of just reasons where I would get in trouble. So
that's my favorite stories you have. The ones you can't tell on air.
It's so good, dude. All right, let's wrap this sumbitch up, man. Now, where can they find you? Where are they gonna find your shirts? Anything, dude? Shout your stuff out.
I've just been selling my shirts on my Instagram and my stories. So you just have to slide up on my story if you want shirts.
Slide into his DMs.
Yeah, slide into my DMs if you want shirts. Perfect Little Sweeties Gym on Instagram. I got a YouTube I'm kind of trying to get going. Perfect Little Sweeties Gym. That's about the best places to find me.
Yeah, so Perfect Little Sweetie. We really didn't, I mean, he's been on the show. Actually, you were live on the show back in March. Right?
Yeah, back in March.
We actually did a show on here.
Bench Night in America.
And then tonight I wanted him as a special guest co-host, which we're gonna have him back next time too, because we're gonna pull Keith out somewhere if he's out there.
Yeah, we'll find him.
I mean,
I have faith he's out there somewhere.
We didn't talk much about you or who you are, but if you've seen the last episode, you'll get to know him more. And maybe next episode we'll talk a little bit about him as well. Recap: Huck Finn is okay. He'll be fine. Slight tear in the front deltoid and some minor other shit. No surgery. Crazy to think after watching that video that I will be all right. I'm very lucky. It feels like I kind of won the lottery. And I'm going to be kicking ass all summer long, dude. So go check me out and go check out my stuff. Huckfinnbarbell.com. YouTube 10% off. One of the only codes we have. Let's get stupid, baby. You got a sign off?
Uh,
We're gonna have to work on that.
we're gonna have to work on that.
We'll get a sign off for you next time, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, bye.
Okay.